The Grove Hall Stop and Shop has reopened after being shut down for code violations. To tell us what prompted the action and what's planned for the future is our guest, Boston's Commissioner of Inspectional Services, William Christopher. Thank you very much for being with us, Commissioner.
Thank you, Chris.
First of all, I'm sure you go to supermarkets all the time, so what was different with this store?
Well, we do, Chris. We have a routine schedule that we do all supermarkets throughout the city of Boston, between 1 and 2 inspections, and our inspections are also promulgated by complaints. In this case, we had been to this supermarket about 3-4 weeks ago on a routine inspection. There were some minor violations, nothing critical. This time, last Friday, we got a call from a consumer that was really concerned that they thought they saw mouse droppings. And then there were 2 calls from Ayanna Presley, Councilor Presley's office. We had already, at this point, decided to send an inspector. The inspector went out and did see some evidence of mice in the store. He had spoken to the manager, explained to him that, we need to get these things taken care of. We always try to work with people to make sure that, we don't just automatically go to close the store. The store happens to be very important in the Roxbury community. It was a holiday weekend. We didn't want to be abrupt, but we wanted to be responsible. So we told the manager what our prescriptive repairs were that we expected him to do. And we told him we'd be back Monday morning to check and to reevaluate and do a further inspection. When we returned on Monday, the inspection yielded a lot worse condition than we had anticipated. The inspector in the field called me and explained that he had seen some real evidence of mice in the bread area, at which point we dispatched a team of inspectors to go out and do a thorough inspection. At around 11:30, I got a call that indicated to me that there was a serious problem at the store. We went out, we talked to the manager and then Stop and Shop, and we all agreed that it was the right thing to do at that point was to close the store and give the store an opportunity to go in, clean, sanitize, get rid of some product, and then, open again on a better day.
Now, if I cut maximum slack for the store here, maybe they just had trouble finding an exterminator who was free over the Easter weekend? Or
I don't know. And to be quite frank, my concern is really public health. So whatever the condition was, the store worked very well with us. They truly did. They stepped up the game. They brought in all kinds of sanitizing companies in overnight for a 2-day period to make sure that everything that we had requested got taken care of. They had corporate officers were there within an hour to work with us. And as I say, they became a very willing partner with us to resolve this situation.
Now, I've had an encounter with an exterminator in my own home, certainly. So one of the things that you pick up very quickly is that the rodents come from someplace else, and maybe they should get some attention too. Stop and Shop mentioned something about demolition or construction in the area.
Yeah, I did hear that story. There's nothing that indicated to us that was the case. We on our interior inspection, we found mice. We definitely did. We found droppings. We found a couple of carcasses in traps in different areas. So we knew we had a mouse problem inside the building. We did do an exterior site evaluation as well, and there were some issues around the dumpster, and there was a rat there. Construction is usually, if it's going to cause a problem, it's going to be more rats than it is mice. The 2 of them just don't live together. So this was clearly a mice problem, and we were able to go in and give them the response that they needed. At the end of the day, it took a while because once we close the store, we have to do a full inspection, both sanitary and health. Everything got reevaluated. The scales got reevaluated. The scanners got reevaluated. Bathrooms, water pressure, all surfaces had to be cleaned. Stop and Shop was very good. They did everything that we asked. We explained to them when they felt they were ready to call us in that we did not want to be called in early, and they were very respectful of that. We went in for our second inspection, and at that time we found the place to be very clean. They had done everything that we had asked. Leaving there were a number of things that are put into place now to prevent it from happening again. I know we were asked, what caused the problem? Where did the mice come from? We don't know. That's too big a problem. The thing that we want to do is put into place a plan of action that prevents it from happening again. Stop and Shop is working with us. We're doing some things like there's a whole pest manager program that we're working with. Their pest control company is going to be there daily. Our inspectors are going to be there, I want to say daily, but at irregular times to make sure that everything is being followed. We're making sure that we work with the staff. We training the staff to observe And if they see things that are anomalies, to let us know right away, and we can get in and do some corrective action before it happens. The other thing that the store is committed to is to working with the community, so that as customers and consumers have concerns or see issues, we've set up a relationship with them, so that'll work.
Now, is that strictly about health code issues, or it could be anything about the shopping experience that people want?
Well, the feeling that I got from the Stop and Shop people is they take very seriously their customers. So, we had talked to them about it, and they are going to put something in place. It's not just about the health code issues, it's about what products are offered in the store, how foods may be prepared because of religious concerns. And Stop and Shop says they're very open to discussions, and they're going to try to figure out how best to service that so that it becomes something very profitable for both the community and for the business.
Well, one thing that made your job even more challenging here is that in addition to the concerns for public health, you probably heard something from people in the neighborhood saying, "Why did you shut our store down? We need it."
We absolutely did, and that was a very major concern on our part, hence the reason on Friday that we didn't close them down as a knee-jerk reaction. We were very concerned about that. But when it got to the point that I had to make a choice between convenience and health will win every time. We felt bad for a lot of the people that would have to travel a little further to get bread and milk. A lot of the constituents are elderly and they don't drive, so that was an issue, which was the reason that we put our inspectors on call 24 hours so that we could be available to Stop and Shop, so that the minute they were ready to open, we would be there, so that we didn't hold that process up at all.
Has this case generated any other kinds of feedback from people about things they're seeing?
Yeah, every time we do something of this magnitude, we get a lot of complaints and a lot of concerns. There are a couple of complaints that came in today, more than average. And our inspectors are out now working very hard. The mayor has been very specific about this. There's a minimum standard of life and quality that is going to be maintained throughout the city. And when we go to an issue like this, it does bring out a lot more complaints. But we think they're good. The more we know about what's going on out in the street, the more we can be reactive.
And there's a quick, easy way to do this now with the phone app from the city.
Yes, the mayor put into place the 311 program. There are two pieces to it. Anywhere within the city of Boston, if you pick up a phone and dial 311, it'll take you directly to the mayor's hotline. Or you can download on your smartphones the 311 app. The 311 app is very good because you're able to take a photograph, identify what your concern is, and just send it off. If you want to be autonomous about your report, you can be absolutely that. But if you want to have follow-up on the report, you can put your name in and you'll get responded to as it goes forward. The email is automatically GIS, so we know where it is, we know what time it is. And then at the mayor's hotline, they will dispatch it to the appropriate department, and we'll go off and be able to take care of it right away.
Thank you very much for being with us.
My pleasure.
William Christopher, the Commissioner of Inspectional Services for the City of Boston. Still to come, a new effort to make housing in Boston more healthy. But first, this message.